As a Korean interested in Japanese culture, TV dramas, and movies, I've always wondered why many Korean people hate Japan and Japanese people. I have some Japanese friends and I always dream about going back to Japan again to see, taste, and feel more about this wonderful country. As you are well aware, Japan is one of the countries in which K-pop and Korean wave, also known as Hallyu, are quite influential and popular. It implies that some Japanese people are quite interested in Korea, as well as Korean language and culture. However, when some extremely conservative people, including politicians in Japan, denounce Korea and Korean people, claiming that we falsely accuse Japan and Japanese people of committing some terrible acts for nothing. I have to admit that I do, albeit temporarily, dislike Japan because of that. In spite of such tragedy, we have a lot in common in terms of history, culture, and geographical location. First, influenced by China in ancient times, both Korea and Japan use Chinese characters. Second, both countries use chopsticks to eat food. Finally, both Korea and Japan value courtesy and respect, especially toward elders. However, Korean people often describe Japan as a close but distant neighbor. Why is that? Why do some Koreans hate Japan and Japanese people? Are there solutions to put an end to this problem? When it comes to history between Korea and Japan, there are many issues that remain unsolved to this day. Japan had invaded Korea many times, including the Japanese invasion of Korea, called Imjin War, in 1592. From 1910 to 1945, Korea was under Japanese colonial rule. During this period, many Korean people were forcibly sent to other countries and even joined the war as Japanese soldiers. Some Korean women were used by the Japanese army against their will as comport women. These victims have received neither compensation nor an apology. Both Korea and Japan have claimed sovereignty over a certain island located between the two nations called Dokdo Island by Korea and Takeshima by Japan. These sensitive issues remain unsolved. Some Japanese extreme rightists often try to distort historical facts regarding the relationship between Korea and Japan in the past, including Japanese colonial rule in the 1900s. They have even published textbooks in an attempt to incorrectly educate young Japanese students. Some say that Korean people are brainwashed to hold a grudge against Japanese people. Despite the issue mentioned earlier, Korean people are not taught to hate Japan and Japanese people at home or at school. We merely learn the truth and the facts. Not all Korean people hate Japan and Japanese people. Korea and Japan have to embrace each other, and people should speak their minds about the problems between them. We can't dwell on the past, though neither should we forget the past. Instead, we should move on to a better, brighter future for both countries. By the way, these are just my opinions. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, and share.